What's going on, guys? Happy Thursday for you listening to this. Today is another lifestyle tip that I want to share with you guys. And this is what I do for my time management. The reason I want to talk about this today is because I'm someone who is quite neurotic and I stress out when I give myself a shitload of things to do because I like to do a lot of stuff. I like to be busy, but then I stress myself out if I'm like, oh fuck, I've got too much to do, right? And especially with having ADHD, I'm just like, I need a list, I need routine, I need organization. But again, I give myself too much to do and I start to stress myself out. And I'm like, why do I do this to myself? Like, what the fuck? So one thing that I found really helpful is with the tasks that I do, with anything I do during the day, I started to time these things, okay? Just to see how long roughly things take. So I know if I'm recording a podcast, my longer podcast, it's not just about recording the podcast. I've got to record the podcast. I've got to upload the podcast. I've got to edit the podcast. I've got to write the title for it, the description, and all that shit. So it's not just like a 45-minute podcast that I've got to dedicate. I've got to dedicate about 80 minutes, 70 to 80 minutes, because all the editing and the back-end stuff. So I know that I have to dedicate 80 minutes throughout my day at some point in the week to record a podcast. That's how much I know. So I feel good. I'm like, okay, if I put this in today, I know that this is going to be 80 minutes without my day. Then with all the other shit that I do, I just give myself, again, I just roughly time estimate things. So I know, give or take, what my day is going to look like, and I'm not overwhelming myself. So if I want to go to the gym every day, I know it's 100 minutes out of my day, which is an hour 40 out of my day. The gym takes me an hour to do, but it's 20 minutes walking there and 20 minutes walking back, okay? So I know that. Now, I don't look for perfection. I'm not like, oh, on a perfect day, this all lines up. It's going to take me, 98 minutes to do the workout. Because it's not. I've got to account for actual fucking life happening. Sometimes machines are taken. Sometimes I get caught up chatting to someone. Sometimes all these things. So I give myself that extra bit. Workouts actually only take me about 56 minutes, 55, 56 minutes. But again, I might stand around talking to someone. I might do a podcast, a video recording on the way home with something. I just give myself that extra bit of 10-minute wiggle room in case shit goes up. I know when I have to go to boxing on Wednesdays, it's literally 3 hours out of my day, okay? Which is a big time component. But guess what? I know on Wednesday, I can't do as many things as I can on my other days. I accept that because now I know the time component. Now when I look at my day and I fucking fill out a Wednesday and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to get all this done. I don't have enough time. So then I look, okay, well, I've got 3 hours of boxing here. And then I've got to record a podcast here. So that's 80 minutes. So basically that's already 4 hours and 20 minutes out of my day. And then I've got to be replying to clients and doing all that stuff, which is an hour and a half. And then I just boom, I can work backwards. So I know what my day is going to be involved with because I like to have to-do lists. And I know that if I put these things in, it's roughly going to get done, okay? And it's not always about trying to fit more and more and more throughout my day. It's about knowing that what I put in the day is realistic to get done. Because, again, I just hate not getting things done that I put on my list and it makes me feel like shit. But it's also because I was putting things on my list that were fucking unrealistic. And I'm like, oh man, why am I not getting all this stuff done? Why can't I do the same amount of work on a Wednesday that I can on a Tuesday? Oh, I don't know, maybe because I can't fucking understand that I'm spending 3 hours all in all going to a gym and back versus the other days I'm not spending 3 hours. It's actually just going to the gym, which is 100 minutes versus 180 minutes. So I'm literally saving myself an hour 20 extra a day. And that's why I'm finding work to get done. And now that I can comprehend that, I'm like, oh fuck. Well, that makes a lot of sense. And I'm stressing myself out, making myself feel bad when I just couldn't put things together, So if you do have a to-do list, if you always find yourself overloading yourself with things that you try and get done but you can't, or if you stress out about time management with what you can and can't do, start to just roughly look at times with how long things take. How long if you take your kids to work in the morning? If you take your kids to school in the morning, what's the commute time all around? If you're like, all right, I'm gonna go, I've got to work out. I've got to be back by 7:30 because then it takes me 35 minutes to get the kids sorted out. It takes me 20 minutes to have a shower. It takes me 15 minutes to take the kids to school. All right, sweet. And that's with wiggle room in there. It's not like it takes you 13 minutes and 20 seconds to have a shower, and then if the kids are good on this day that it only takes 6 minutes for them to get ready. It doesn't. You got to add in what's actually going to be happening in a non-fucking perfect world, because it's the same thing. People are like, all right, it takes me 25 minutes to get here to here. With every light going green, with me having no interruptions, I'm going to get there in 25 minutes. Oh, right. Okay. Well, how many fucking times does the light go red? How many times does something happen with traffic where it backs you up? But you live in this fucking fake fairy tale land where you think in a perfect world. Nothing's ever perfect, man. You know, and you guys understand that. Fucking buses, God forbid a bus fucking comes on time, let alone everything else lining up, you know. Oh yeah, okay, it takes me 7 minutes to walk here. And I'm going to get there, I leave at 11 o'clock, it takes me 7 minutes to walk to the bus stop, and the bus gets there at 11:07. Well then, you better fucking make sure you make it there on time, right? God forbid you forget something and now you leave at 11:01 and you miss the bus, okay? Give yourself a little bit of wiggle room. But also, timing yourself and to figure out how much time things take may help reduce the stress like it has for me. So there's your little, hopefully, lifestyle productivity tip for you guys. If you enjoy these, make sure you let me know.